Hi, welcome to the Wild Gut Project. My name is Carrie. Today's video is a what I eat in a day video, or yesterday, that's vegan and low FODMAP. I wanted to talk to you a little bit as well about kind of vegan, whole food nutrition while also being low FODMAP. Okay, so first up, obvious disclaimer, I'm not a registered dietitian, so this doesn't replace the advice you should be getting from your personal registered dietitian or from your doctor about what you should be eating. Obviously it should be tailored to you and what you need and what's personally advised. This is just something that fits with general nutrition advice and I found helpful. So I will talk you through what I ate yesterday. For breakfast I had some sort of oatmeal or porridge made with just water, and I put in some nutmeg and vanilla to make it tasty. I topped it with a small handful of raspberries and a few blueberries, kind of together they made one serving of fruit. I had some toasted pecans and some maple syrup drizzle on top. I think I also had a cup of tea later on, but yeah, seriously good breakfast. I'm addicted to pecans right now. Moving on to lunch, this one I want to talk about with a little kind of, I don't know what you call it, like meal balancing guide sheet thing, which you can download below. Basically, if you kind of have these elements in your meal, you're kind of going to always end up basically ticking all the boxes in terms of nutrition. So the first one is protein, then it's a starch or grain, seeds and nuts, and then a green vegetable, and then some other vegetables, and then of course something to make it flavourful. And all those together kind of cover all your bases. So for this lunch, I made a dip with tofu, sunflower seeds, a bit of water, some olives, lemon juice and parsley, salt and pepper. And obviously that covers your kind of protein and your seeds. Then I made some really good, I'm addicted to these, kind of wedges, potato wedges, but they are battered in some gluten-free flour with salt and pepper and some, what's it called, rosemary. And then I bake them a little bit without any oil, so they kind of dry up a little bit in the batter. And then you add some oil on top, shake it about, put it back in the oven, and they go so nice and crispy and golden. It's really satisfying. So that's your starchy grain. And then I had loads of lettuce. So when I say greens, I've made a little list of greens that are low FODMAP or kind of traces only FODMAP, so you can have as much as you want. So I had lots of lettuce, that's really high in folate for example, and I also had some tomatoes and radishes with that. Yeah, really nice meal. So then later on I had some leftovers. I had a little bit of the sauce left, and then I made another big salad because I had loads of leaves to use. Like, salad doesn't stay nice that long. And then another potato worth of the wedges because I've made quite a bit. And they're so good. And then for dinner I had pasta, very quick and easy. I had some gluten-free pasta, so that's your starchy grain. And then for the protein I had a tiny quarter of a cup of lentils because you're allowed those, and there's a lot of goodness in lentils and beans. That's kind of the main challenge you're facing as a low FODMAP vegan. So if you can have a little bit in your diet, it's always nice. So I fried those, or sauteed them with some pumpkin seeds, because you can have 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds and it's low FODMAP and they're very nutritious. And then I used a ton of kale. Kale has like no FODMAPs in it basically, so that's what I've got so far. I've got my protein covered, got my starch, got my greens, seeds, and then I added in 3 chopped tomatoes, a bit of tomato puree, and then for flavour I added some more black olives. I love olives. Some salt and pepper, balsamic vinegar, I think a bit more tomato puree, and that was everything. Maybe some salt and pepper, and it was really delicious, and I could make that kind of vegetable-y sauce within the time it took to cook the pasta in about 11 minutes, so it was a very quick, easy meal. Again, recipe I'll link below. And then later on, I know this seems like a lot, but low FODMAP in general was all relatively low portions, so I found I just had to have kind of 4 meals a day at least, just smaller meals. I'm getting used to it. I'd only had 1 serving of fruit in the morning, and you're allowed 2 in a day. So I had an orange with a bit of cinnamon, and then I also had some chia pudding that I'd made the other day that needed eating. and that was with some almond milk, vanilla and nutmeg, and a little bit of maple syrup. I'm loving the nutmeg and vanilla combo at the moment. Yeah, so I wanted to do a bit more about the nutrition. So I'm going to pull up Chronometer here, where I kind of roughly put in everything I've eaten. It's a great website, it's free to use, and it gives you lots of really good information about the nutritional content of individual foods and allows you to have some kind of record or keep track of what you're eating. So you might, I don't know, fill everything in up until your dinner and realise you're a bit low on, I don't know, vitamin C, so you then have an orange. And it's quite nice, I think, when you're having a restrictive diet to keep an eye on the more kind of micro and macronutrients. So I've put everything in, and I kind of hit, I hit all the targets, which is great. There's more than enough protein. I had over 25% more protein than was recommended for me, which is crazy. I think I've not eaten, I didn't even think I ate that many protein things, but with all the nuts and the seeds and then the tofu and the lentils, like, it kind of all adds up. It also kind of proves how much kind of BS there is about not being able to have enough protein on a vegan diet. It's ridiculous. Yeah, so all the protein's good. Minerals, I didn't put in how much salt I'd added to stuff, so that's why the sodium is low, but that's not really an issue most people have in modern days. I'd also eaten enough omega-3 and omega-6, and for vitamins everything was fine. Vitamin D, obviously you get through the sun. You can get vitamin D mushrooms, but they're not low FODMAP. So you can have a supplement if you live somewhere dark, but you can go outside. And then B12, obviously you're not going to get much of that in a plant diet. I think that 16% is from, it's from a fortified drink. Yeah, you're probably already taking a B12 supplement if you're vegan anyway. You might actually need to, even if you eat animal products. So otherwise, yeah, it felt like a very healthy, kind of normal day. Like, those meals you could definitely batch cook. I don't think kind of porridge, salad or potato wedges and pasta is like crazy food to be eating. So I just want to reiterate that I'm not a registered dietitian, so this is just general advice. It fits general ideas about nutrition that's out there by research bodies, so it's not crazy stuff. But what I found useful about having this list up somewhere I could see it is it just gave me something to like make up meals around. I think when you're low FODMAP, a lot of the kind of, how to say it, like the avenues I go down in my mind when I'm creating a meal were kind of blocked off to me. So before I'd be like, ooh, what would it be? I don't know, I'd be like, avocado, you're not allowed, this you're not allowed, this you're not allowed, and suddenly I just kind of felt like I couldn't have anything. At the beginning I didn't really eat enough, or my meals were very simple and I wasn't eating a big variety of vegetables. I felt really restricted. But actually having this list of, loads of greens that you can actually eat basically limitless amounts of, and then having a list of vegetables I can basically eat a limited amount, limitless, and obviously you can always add in the portion controlled sizes of extra vegetables, so you've got more variety. And like the nuts and seeds, like they taste so good and you can have loads of them. A lot of them, the portion size you're allowed to be low FODMAP is just like beyond anything you would ever eat. So I've made this as a printout that you can download, and then if you want it, it can also be part of an email series that will give you a bunch of my kind of favourite go-to flavours, so you can kind of combine all these ingredients and then have a delicious tomato sauce or salad dressing, or delicious dips that incorporate different elements and make it really easy and tasty to have. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what kind of issues you've had when you're kind of negotiating a plant-based whole food diet and also low FODMAP. If you've got any tips, definitely share those below, and kind of any nutrition advice you've had specifically for vegans with low FODMAPs. I think it'd be great to share that down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!